Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here of Saint Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. And today I just want to talk about the recent news concerning the New Orleans Saints, and that's dealing with the report that came out today about the Saints meeting with extensively, in quotes, with Tennessee Vols quarterback Hendon Hooker. So before I get into this video, man, I just want to wish everyone happy Mardi Gras. I was out there for a few couple of days. I'm back now. That's why y'all didn't really, see a lot of content from me these last couple of days. I was out there, caught a few parades, enjoyed the weather. Now I'm back in business and ready to get started with coverage of the Saints in the NFL draft and free agency. But I'm just going to read a little excerpt of this story real quick. Just share my thoughts on it. From article written by John Miller of the USA Today Saint Wire section. The New Orleans are one of several teams that have extensively with Tennessee Volunteers quarterback prospect Hendon Hooker, per the Draft Network's Ryan Fowler. Projected to be a second or third round pick in 2022 NFL Draft, Hooker set the college football world on fire last season by following up his breakout 2021 passing line 31 touchdown passes against 3 interceptions, completing 68% of his throws, and even greater efficiency in 2022, 27 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions with a 69.6 completion rate. He averaged 9.7 and 9.5 yards per pass attempt in each year as the Vols, adding 1,046 rushing yards and 10 touchdown runs along the way. But in mid-November, knee injury cut his Heisman Trophy campaign short, and now Hooker is continuing to recover, while expected to participate in training camp come July. Fowler adds that the Las Vegas Raiders, Carolina Panthers, New York Giants, and Dallas Cowboys among the teams that have spent the most time with Hooker thus far. It is easy to see why. He's a fascinating prospect with a live arm, consistent accuracy, and ample experience reading every defense college teams could throw at him. But between his injury, his age, he turned 25 in January, and the limitations of the offense he played in, there are a lot of questions about his prospects in the NFL. He won't enjoy the same wide open spacing that he worked with at Tennessee. Those possible downsides are drawing teams' attention just as strongly as the upsides in his scouting report. The Saints have a history of bringing former Vols to the NFL. Their wide receiver coach, Cody Burns, held the same position in Tennessee staff before being hired away last year, and they drafted players like Alvin Kamara, Alontae Taylor, while signing multiple undrafted free agents, including Shy Tuttle, Marquez Callaway, and Ethan Wolf. Their ties to the program are well established. All right, so I'm just cut it off right there. So there you have it. Saints met extensively with Tennessee Volunteers QB Hendon Hooker. Um, my thoughts on this is, if this is the Saints guy, we shouldn't look into this because every team's gonna extensively with it, the prospect they're interested in. But if this is the Saints guy that they really want to look at, they really want to take in this draft, they need to go ahead and do it. They need to go ahead and do it in the first round. If they're really serious about bringing in Hendon Hooker, um, he may not be there at pick 40 in the NFL draft. He may not be there. It's a dicey situation. In Dallas, with Dallas situation, they have been stating that um I've been hearing that the Cowboys would be interested in drafting a QB in this year's draft. And a guy like a Hendon Hooker would fit that mold for what they want to run. You know what I'm saying? But if the Saints want this guy, you know, this season, well, on their roster, they should go for it. You know, um, because this is like maybe the third or fourth time that they're going through this. Because you wanted Patrick Mahomes, right? Didn't get him. You let Kansas City um get in there and take him. You wanted Mac Jones. You couldn't move up in the draft. You couldn't make that happen. You let New England get Mac Jones. Then you went after Deshaun Watson. That fell through. You know what I'm saying? So you eventually got to hit on these picks. You know what I'm saying? And in the second round, you got the Carolina Panthers ahead of you. The Raiders, the Seahawks, the Rams, Indianapolis, Arizona, Houston, and Pittsburgh in the second round. Now, um, the Raiders may be interested in Hendon Hooker. You know, they got a high pick in that first round, and I think they would go after a guy like Will Levis. You know, Rams could be an option for them for Hendon Hooker. Matthew Stafford, is getting up into his mid to late 30s, and they could be looking for a guy that can possibly take over. He will fit perfectly with what Sean Van wants to do with that bootleg system. And he's a quarterback that could run the football as well. You know, Arizona, I doubt it. They still paying Kyler Murray all that money, and the coach, their new head coach, has expressed why he's taking that job, and that's because Murray is one of the selling points for him. So I don't think the Cardinals are going to be an issue. But a team like Tampa Bay, I mean, can possibly jump you and in the draft and move and get it. Hooker, you never know, but from what I heard today is that Tampa Bay is more likely going to take Tom. They're going to take Tom Brady's $35 million cap hit, not go after any big name QB, and they're going to run it with Kyle Trask and sign a veteran like a Drew Lock for competition. So that's the situation right there. But the Saints, man, they want Hendon Hooker, they need to act like it if they really want this guy. Now I know there's things are still in play for Derek Carr. Um, if that doesn't work out, Hendon Hooker might be the next option, and he can run it back with Andy Dalton. And crazy as it sounds, they can win a division with Andy Dalton. They can, or they can clinch a playoff berth with Andy Dalton without winning the division. That's if they cut down on the mistakes, bro. A lot of if you watched the games last year, you paid attention to it. A lot of the Saints' losses were because of mistakes, careless mistakes, penalties, careless penalties, fumbles. Guys them dropping passes, killing drives. That's why they lost. And all they had to do was win three more games. If you added like shoot 2 to 3 more wins to their record, they win that division easily. Because Tampa Bay wasn't good this year, you know. And if they're gonna go with Kyle Trask, that makes it even easier for you to win the division without with an Andy Dalton or clinch a playoff berth. Because the NFC as a whole is gonna be weak again, wide open again. The big dog in that division in the conference gonna be Philadelphia. In San Francisco, their quarterback situation is shaky right now. With Brock Purdy going having his surgery. He's gonna be out for 6 months. So we don't know who knows when he's gonna get back on the field. You know? So I don't have an issue with Hendon Hooker. I don't have an issue with him being 25 years old. I know a lot of people talk about that, but Joe Burrow, he's coming out. Joe Burrow was 25. What you got taken #1 overall? You never heard anybody from the Bengals say we're concerned about his age. We don't like that he's 25 years old coming out of college. He didn't. Nobody didn't say that. They was just, hey, this our guy, a clear cut guy that we're gonna take at #1, and we're not gonna change our mind. Plain and simple. If Hooker hadn't got hurt, I think he would have had he been in that same situation where he's being mentioned with a Bryce Young, a C.J. Stroud, a Will Levis, you know. But I watched the guy play, man. I watched him play a couple of games and a lot of games this year. I watched how he torched LSU, how they torched Alabama, how he torched Kentucky. Even he had the unfortunate injury against South Carolina. Um, he's a really good quarterback, man. His accuracy is spot on, man. Pinpoint accuracy. You can say that he's hitting guys wide open in college, but what quarterbacks weren't doing that? What top picks weren't doing that in college? They all do that, you know. So it's a I don't have an issue with the Saints taking Hendon Hooker at 29 or at 40, but I wouldn't risk it going into the third round without Hendon Hooker. I would not risk it. That's just me, you know. I'll either take Hooker in the first round or the second round. So we'll see how everything plays out, man. But we'll see how it's going. We'll see how things are going to shake out these next couple of days. I haven't heard anything from the Saints front on the Derek Carr situation. Right now, it's all about the Jets, and I'm hearing that the Jets are really, sweetening the pot for how things could look for Carr if he decides to sign with the team. So the Saints will have to look at another option at quarterback if Carr decides to go with the Jets. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be Baker Mayfield or somebody else. We'll see. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How would you feel about the Saints taking Hendon Hooker in the first or second round of the draft? Also, check out strike7sports.com / Saints for latest content on the Warren Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out. Happy Mardi Gras. Who that?